Hello there and welcome to a new video and a new series to the channel. In today's episode I am going to explain the history of the Route 30 between Cardiff and Newport, or between the years of 1945 and 2025. Joint operation in itself is not unique to Newport and Cardiff. Indeed, the South Wales valleys were particularly prone to joint operation. Example we will use is the 404 Pontypridd to Bridgend, ran by Narton Stagecoach, but they weren't prone towards it this 2025 for that route. But anyways, the Blackwood to Pontypridd service was once operated by 4 municipal operators. The service between Newport, Llanfracha and Cwmbran have been jointly operated by Newport Corporation, now Newport Bus, alongside Western Welsh, then National Welsh, in the future. Although Newport always had the largest share of journeys, Newport Transport became the sole operator of that specific service in October 1981. Route 30, therefore, is something of an exception, operating largely unchanged for 80 years. Bloody hell, that's longer than my relationships, but you know you love the channel more than she did, so hit that subscribe button whilst you're at it. Anyways, back to topic. On the 1st of July in 1945, it was agreed that Newport Corporation would operate the service jointly with Cardiff Corporation. The route was revised to start at Greyfriars Road in Cardiff and at Bridge Street over in Newport. The service operated every 20 minutes and carried 35,000 passengers a week. In 1956, the Cardiff terminus moved to the newly created Central Bus Station, with the Newport terminus moving to Dock Street Bus Station, or the Pull-In, as what Newportians would call it back in the olden days. Likewise, the route between Newport Castleton and Marshfield, operated by Newport Corporation, was initially numbered 30, but subsequently renumbered to 31, just to avoid the subtle confusions. Despite these small additional services, the 30 remained largely unchanged. The only minor amendments were in both city centres, where regeneration, pedestrianisation and one-way systems have resulted in a number of revised routes and stops they operated to and also from their termini. On the 26th of October 1986, bus services were deregulated following the 1985 Transport Act, which resulted in publicly owned bus companies being privatised. Some were sold, merged, or disappeared entirely. Newport and Cardiff operations were set up as limited companies which operated independently of the council, although the local authorities still continue to act as the shareholder. The companies were renamed to Newport Transport and Cardiff Bus respectively. The deregulated market saw huge changes across the entirety of the UK. Companies that had previously coexisted with some jointly operated services now saw each other as competitors, often registering new services on top of existing networks. Despite Route 30 being a strategic link, both Newport and Cardiff continue to operate largely unchanged, with both operators not initially expanding far from their original operating areas. In the early 1990s, competition in South Wales increased and resulted in the loss of a number of local authority-owned buses. By the mid-90s, only Cardiff Elswyn, if I pronounce that correctly, please do correct me in the comments, and Newport remained. However, the three operators continued adapting their networks to meet the demand in the time period. There was a potential for municipal operations to come to an end in '96 through the local government reorganisation. The controlling shareholders were changed to county boroughs, with new responsibilities over a wider geographical area. These new authorities may have seen it as an opportunity or a necessity to dispose of their bus companies, but neither did, and a joint operation of the Route 30 continued once more. Luckily, it's exclusively operated by double-decker vehicles since its introduction. In the 1990s, saw some journeys operated by single-deckers. This was not merely a reaction to passenger numbers, but often because the single decks were the newest in the fleet. Some of the later Sunday evening journeys were operated by each company's Optare Metro riders with the appropriate Nipper and or Clipper livery brandings. Oh boy, in the year 2000, the first significant route change was introduced. One bus per hour operated through Dufferin Estate up in Newport, numbered 30D. Both operators provided the diversion, although Cartbus reverted their journeys to the normal Route 30 in June 2003. Newport continued providing the 30D every 2 hours until it was also reverted to the normal journeys of the Route 30 in 2008. In November 2007, Newport Bus added an express version numbered X30, which operated fast via the M4 and subsequently via UHW, aka Heath Hospital. Route 30 continued, but however, it has faced a worsening congestion and also increased journey times. Between 2010 and July 2015, nothing much has really changed for them. Except I think it was both liveries have been changed, but I know Cardiff Bus's liveries have been changed for the 2010s. But August 1st, 2015, it was the last day of the central bus station before the Central Square redevelopment to make way for the new CBI in December 2018. Of course not. It's not December 2018. It was June 2024. In September 2024, the Cardiff terminus moved to the newly opened Cardiff Bus Interchange, or the CBI if you like to call it. This was followed by significant changes to the timetable in January 2025 to restore reliability towards the specific service, aka the Route 30. Some peaks of the journeys for the peak times now take an hour and 15 minutes. A far cry from 40 minutes allocated just 20 years previously. For the first time since its inception, new early morning journeys were added with the first buses departing at 5:25 in the morning for Cardiff. Well, from Cardiff, sorry. And 5:50 from Newport. Those changes demonstrated each operator's commitment to keeping the Route 30 a strategic link between the two cities. For the time being, both companies continue to invest in the route, and the 30 continues to be something of a showcase for each operator's newest vehicles, like the Scania Fence F1s, the Yutong U11DDs, the Yutong E12s, the Citaros, and etc. The difference in liveries make each other's operators' buses stand out in their neighbouring cities. But for 80 years, 81 as of this recording in 2026, those in orange and those happy people in green have absolutely been happily to be working together. Long may it continue. Well, if you made it to the end, well done. Please, 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 do these following things for me, so then it shows more support to the channel. Of like, subscribe, and also share the video towards your mates, so then they could watch it if they are interested into these type of content. Please also join my Discord server, link down below. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.